Why are most people always broke even with the income that they earn? I have seen so many people find themselves earning huge salaries, earning, huge incomes, huge profits, huge commissions, and yet they end up maxed out at the end of the month. I mean, this cuts across employees, young professionals, entrepreneurs, and salary earners, right? And you need to understand that people are broke. It's a different thing when you are broke because you don't have any income coming in. I mean, that's understandable. But people also get broke when they earn income. And what I mean by that is there are people who earn monies, huge amounts, and still find themselves broke at the end of the month. All right. So the training objective here is for you to understand why earning more money does not automatically lead to financial stability. Helps you to recognize hidden habits and lifestyle choices that slightly drain your income, and of course to break free from budgeting shame and money guilt and learn practical, realistic money control habits that work without pressure or perfection. You're welcome to my channel, Finance with Dr. Ish. I am your one and only Dr. Ish, financial doctor. I'm here to help you learn how to grow your wealth, grow your income, become better at making financial decisions, and of course, become financially stable. All right. Now, the big myth number one is if I earn more, I'll be okay. Trust me, this is a lie. Have you ever heard of the saying, more money, more problems? People earn more and still find out they have not just the old problems, but more problems to deal with. So the key truth here is income is only temporarily solves problems. Habits solve them permanently. So to be financially stable or financially capable or to increase your financial capacity, you need to develop healthy habits to solve your income problems. Now, because you're earning so much, does it mean problems will ever stop? No. However, you can control to a certain extent the kind of financial issues you have if you plan well. Remember the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to what? To fail. And the common reality is that when even if you earn monthly salaries, even if you get bonuses, side income or commissions, some people will still borrow before the end of the month. Are you with me? Some people will still borrow money before the end of the month, right? Because expenses quietly grow to match income. Quite a number of people will improve on their lifestyles once they get a bonus, or should I say, misplaced financial priorities. Now, part of this reason is lifestyle inflation. It's a silent financial killer. And it happens when your income increases, your spending increases alongside it, or even grows faster. And meanwhile, your savings habits, which is supposed to increase, stays the same or disappears entirely. So this is a no-no. This is not good. This will not help you to be financially stable. It will only warrant you to end up becoming broke at the end of the month or before the end of the month. Now, everyday common examples we have here are salary increase, then you find yourself buying yourself a better phone and not having better savings. Your phone is working fine, nothing is wrong with your phone, you just feel you have no use for it anymore. Or you have a new job and then you decide to eat out at more expensive restaurants. Your subscriptions, the ones you need and the ones you don't need, increase. Or you get a promotion and the pressure to now look according to your promotion now increases. You want to look successful, you want to get validation. These are part of the reasons why people end up being broke at the end of the month. Or you have a side hustle that is doing so well and then you now use it to fund your expensive lifestyle instead of not your future. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't buy yourself that pair of Gucci shoes. I'm not saying you can't go on that vacation. You've worked so hard. You deserve the good things of life. Absolutely, yes. However, you need to apply a certain level of emotional intelligence and financial wisdom to know when to spend, how to spend, and what to spend on. So the key insight here is people don't usually upgrade their financial discipline, people upgrade their expenses. So, in other words, you should be upgrading your investments, your wealth strategies, even when you are trying to have a good time. Because if you increase your expenses, it will hit your account balance and deplete whatever it is you're supposed to save, which most likely will be your investment funds, your long-term goal funds, your emergency funds at the end of the day. Another problem people have that makes them go broke at the end or before the end of the month is social pressure and the appearance trap. And of course, social media is guilty, has caused so many people so much pain because they want to live up to certain expectations. And people spend the money they don't have to because they want to avoid looking broke, because they want to maintain social image, and of course, they want to meet unspoken expectations that somehow they put themselves under those induced pressures, right? And of course, the sources of these pressures are social media lifestyle, friends who are spending so much money, family expectations, and workplace image culture. The reality check is most people you are trying to impress are also financially stressed. Yes, newsflash. They're also financially stressed. However, they may not tell you that. But you know where the shoe pinches you the most. So it makes more sense for you to prepare yourself for your future by spending financially in a wise way and not for temporary measure. Because, hey, the people you're trying to impress only are impressed for a certain period. Now, another issue is budgeting shame, why people avoid managing money. So the problem here is not budgeting, the problem is not tracking. The problem is how budgeting is being taught. People think budgeting means depriving yourself, living like life is a punishment, or being too broke to enjoy your life, or feeling guilty for spending. No, there's no need for that. Budgeting, shame is a regular thing. When you hear budgeting, oh, it's for broke people, or I don't earn enough money to budget. No, whatever you're earning deserves to be budgeted because you must start with little to earn more. So budgeting is not control, it is clarity to help you know when to save and how to save. And most people don't know how much they truly spend monthly. I always advise in my classes, you track every dime that comes to you as income and track what you do with it called expense. That is the only way to understand your spending patterns and your spending habits. Never underestimate small daily expenses. They're like leeches. They just get on you and they're sucking, 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 and before you know it, you don't have any money anymore. So ignore leaks like subscriptions, impulse buying, and convenience spending. Small leaks sink big ships. So without this kind of awareness, you'll just find out that at the end of the month, you're like, where did my money go? That's what they call money disappearing. It'll just play a Houdini on you. And your savings now begins to feel impossible. You start feeling stressed. Now debt now becomes inevitable because you are forced to start borrowing monies from people you should not even borrow, especially if you're earning well, right? So the real reason people stay broke is that most people are broke not because they earn too little, not because they are lazy, and not because they are irresponsible, but because of lifestyle. These things are easy to see unless you don't want to say the truth to yourself. So people become broke at the end of the month or before the end of the month because of lifestyle raises. Sometimes they increase their lifestyle, yet their income has not increased, or their income increases, they further increase their lifestyle at the same rate with the income. Money comes in, the same money is going out without anything extra. So a mistake other people make too is that they spend first and save later. Financially aware adult should save money first. I didn't say save the whole salary. Save a specific amount first and then start spending from there. Now, spending decisions are emotional and not intentional, and not because they are lazy, but I mean, you don't want you pressure. You want to impress people. Simple, you don't have any simple money system. Shame prevents you from, and of course, you don't want to budget. You don't want to face the reality that this is exactly what you earn and this is what you should be saving. Remember what we said: small leaks sink big ships. So budgeting should be seen, it's a mindset shift, should be seen as a redirection, a permission, but with limits, boundaries. And it's not aiming at perfection, it's just aiming at little progress, consistent progress. And of course, not for comparison. When it comes to finance, you do not compare yourself to other people, or else you fall into financial chaos. So it's more or less just personal control, right? Trying to shift from negative financial habits to positive financial habits. So a good budget allows you to enjoy responsibly. So simple habits you can start immediately is to track without judging. Observe how you spend in the next 30 days. Track what comes in. If you want to put it on a paper, diary, or you want to open an Excel sheet or Word document, track what you are spending your monies on for the next 30 days so you can discover your habits. Name your money. Every income must have what it is achieving for you. Pay yourself first, even if it's small, right? And then wait before upgrading your lifestyle. Be sure of what your spending is like and know what you can afford and not afford. Separate your needs from rewards. You shouldn't be rewarding yourself every single day, right? You just have to be careful about that. Put some caution into it and automate your savings where possible. If you're the type that forgets a lot, you don't remember when to, do the to take the monies from your salaries and move them into the separate accounts that I mean, if you check my live sessions, you see where I talk about the savings account, the daily accounts, the investment account, the emergency accounts, and the long-term goals account, the five type of necessary bank accounts every responsible financial adult should have, right? So automate your savings for those type of accounts and review monthly. Don't turn into an obsession so you don't crash out. So these are the things you need to be very mindful of. Okay, so find out what spending habits surprise you after your 30-day review and what pressure influences your spending the most. Okay, so any question you have for me, please don't forget to drop in the comments. And any other topic you'd like me to address financially, welcome once again to my channel. Thank you for staying with me this far. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will be seeing you in the next one.